When it is actually different, and I'm not having the Minister hiding behind a grouping of questions. My question is to ask you on whether there's been any alteration in the aid to the civil power duties in Shannon this year. And I do so because €200,000 out of your defence budget was spent on carrying out these duties at Shannon last year, 385 times. What I want to know is, has that changed? And the reason I'm asking is there's been some very peculiar developments at Shannon Airport, where civilian aircraft are landing and overflying our airspace with civilian registration on them and leaving and changing those call signs to military signs, which means that you would have or should have a role in that regard. So I'd like to know, for example, that yesterday when the Atlas Air B767 chartered to the US military overflew Ireland, it flew over Ireland yesterday morning coming from Carolina using a civilian flight code, and then changed it after it left Irish airspace 20 minutes later to a military one, going to Turkey to a base which is being used for bombings in Syria. Now, what I want to know is, have there been any changes in aid to civil power duties, and if not, why not?
Minister, and
no change. That we are directed by Garda Síochána to aid the civil power, and like your question, Deputy Boyd Barrett's question, Deputy Daly, that the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade has the responsibility for the use of Shannon Airport and what flights go in and out of Shannon Airport. And we are, as I've stated and have repeatedly stated in this chamber, to both yourself and other deputies, that we are requested by Garda Síochána to assist and aid to the civil power, and that is the only involvement that we have in flights landing in Shannon Airport.
Continuity, if you wish. Maybe I would take Deputy Daly for her final supplementary, and then Deputy Daly.
Well, I really want to know, Defence Forces personnel have been called out to protect, obviously, US military aircraft. What I'm succinctly asking is, have they been called out to protect any aircraft which, for example, on Monday of this week, a Miami Air flight arrived at Shannon with a civilian call sign but took off with a military call sign? Did your personnel form an aid to civil power duty on this plane? Did you do it on the 17th of January with a Sun County Airlines, one which arrived, or indeed on the 18th of January, one heading for Qatar? Because there are really unusual developments taking place at Shannon, and I don't know if it's been done to circumvent the supposed neutrality that we have and this idea that they must ask for permission. But if you could confirm, because I'm not really clear on what you're saying, that you are telling us that Defence Forces personnel have had no role on protecting those aircraft, but yet obviously they're called out repeatedly to protect the official military aircraft.
Just let me say to the Deputy that we are called by Garda Síochána to aid the civil power to Shannon Airport on occasions. And on occasions it is if it's military aircrafts that are we have absolutely. We protect the planes, and that is, we do not search the planes, we do not have any policy decision whatsoever. That is totally for a matter of the Minister for Foreign Affairs. And I have stressed and repeated that in this House on numerous occasions. I haven't got the exact dates. I'm not sure if you're looking for the exact dates of I'll come back to you with further clarification on that. But I haven't got the exact dates that we were involved in aid to civil power in Shannon Airport in January 2017. But I will come back to you on that.